Welcome to my build guide for Manifest Armour Forgeguard. Have you ever played Last Epoch and got bullied by game mechanics? Have you had near-death experiences to Frostworms, Shade of Oribus, or the giant crab god with the cheesy voice lines? Look no further, friend, I got you covered. In this video, we take a look at how to create a defensive powerhouse from scratch and take it from start to finish. First, let's understand the basics of how Manifest Armour works. The skill manifests an animated set of heavy armor which attacks slowly. Stats granted by your body armor, helmet, gloves and boots also apply to your minion, with greatly increased effect. We make use of this and focus on buffing our minion as much as possible, turning it into a threat that one-shots even tough rares and melts through bosses. Manifest Armour is a skill we cannot level with, so it is required to level with another skill such as Warpath, Rive or any other skill you feel comfortable with. Manifest Armour requires 15 points in Forgeguard, so a good rule of thumb is you can start using it from level 40 and rely 100% on it from level 60 onwards, when you start getting specific items for your minions. Forge Strike is an excellent filler skill since you will be using minion damage affixes on your gear and passives, and despecialize it once you unlock Sigils of Hope from the Paladin tree for 15 points of investment. For Sigils of Hope, we prioritize Enduring Hope, granting an extra 10 seconds duration to every sigil, giving you a 25-second duration on every cast. They have individual cooldowns, so casting additional sigils will not reset the cooldown. The next priority is Tetragram for an extra sigil and empowering sigils for 30% increased damage for you and your minions for every active sigil, adding up to 120% increased damage in total. From then on, you fill up the armor nose and get Faith, which will consume a sigil to heal you when you reach a certain health threshold. This can save your collective butts in a bad situation and will ensure your pull stays where it is supposed to be. For Lunge, get double strike node as soon as possible for a second Lunge use. Then go for Cull the Weak, which grants a 15% kill threshold. Your next priority is Dawn Charge for healing 8% of your missing health per point invested. After you got those, you get to choose between either To Your Aid, which allows you using Lunge to target allies, or Unstoppable, which makes you invulnerable during the Lunge animation. The latter allows you to bypass certain big hits when timed correctly, such as the Emperor of Corpses Necrotic Bomb or projectile hits from tough rare monsters. Lunging to allies can be a nice tool to cover some extra distance when you have nothing else to jump towards, so the choice is yours. For Vengeance, prioritize Bolster, which grants 25% less damage taken, as well as 50% increased armor. Ripostes reduce damage taken by another 16%, so face tanking bosses oftentimes is better than dodging the mechanics. The rest of the points go towards cooling Anvil and eviscerating blades for some great armor shred. This is super valuable for your minion since reducing enemy armor will boost its damage by a good 200 to 300%. Lastly, Ring of Shields protects us from projectile attacks and heals us passively every 3 seconds. With about 200% healing effectiveness and 7 shields up, we're healed for about 200 health per second. Prioritize Enduring Defenses for increased duration, then Healing Shields for the passive healing, then the nodes for extra shields, and lastly, increased healing effects from Ages of Life. Alternatively, if you are playing softcore, you can trade in either Lunge or Ring of Shields for Abyssal Echoes. Since this patch, Abyssal Echoes can provide some ridiculous armor shred every 3 seconds. Rippling Corrosion applies 5 stacks of armor shred per cast, while Ties of Rust increases the effect by 100%. Fragility reduces enemy physical resistance by 10%, which acts like a more damage multiplier for the ARPG veterans in the crowd. For utility, pick Dark Torrent to allow you to target the skill freely. The remaining points are best put towards crippling waves and freedom of movement, granting you haste whenever you cast a spell. Getting into itemization, the gearing for Manifest Armour is probably the most complex task you would undertake in the making of your character. It is important to remember that your minion uses not only your equipped weapon, but also all stats from your helmet, body armor, gloves and boots. As such, you should prioritize stats that greatly impact your minion on these pieces of gear, e.g. crit chance and attack speed on your gloves, or melee damage on your helmet and body armor. I am linking a spreadsheet that you can use to determine what effect certain affixes will have for your minion and how close you get to maximize your damage through crits. Check the description for more. One key piece of equipment are the Southern Step unique boots. They grant up to 105% melee critical strike multiplier, which, with the increased effect from Manifest Armor, yields up to 420% crit multi. As of this patch, they cannot be gambled from the vendor anymore, but you can target farm unique boots in the Spirits of Fire timeline. It may take a while, but you will more than double your damage in the process. They have the downside of reducing your physical resistance by 75%, and while you get a lot of physical resistance for free from your passive tree, you may want to use an ornate idol with a physical resistance row. They can give up to 45%, so you will not have to be afraid of physical one-shots no longer. For more specifics about the gear, idols, and blessings, you can find the build planner in the description. If you liked my build guide for Manifest Armour Forgeguard, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on juicy build guides in the future. If you have questions or want to see me play the build live, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ArtCrusader. We've got a friendly community over there, and I would love to welcome you. For now, I'll leave you with some gameplay. So till then, Crusader out.